Yeah, we was talking about 5 players who need to be. We got a couple. Well, we only got 4 on this list, but first,
Well, we did there was
you
we
lead
did
the
add
charge.
Kaminga.
What you thinking? We did say
Okay, so
Kaminga.
first one I want to start with 5 players who need to get traded. Trae Young.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate, but I think there's sometimes I think with certain players and organizations where it's like, yo, change of scenery is just best. And for 3 of these guys I'm gonna name, I think they're at the kind of point where a change of scenery may be the best thing for them.
Mm-hmm.
The Hawks are a really weird situation, and the reason why they're weird is they have built a team that just needs a true number one scoring option
Mm-hmm.
to plug in, and that team could
They needed
they could
Durant.
be really fucking
They needed
scary.
Durant type. Like how the
Yes,
Rockets got Durant, they
yes,
needed him a guy like
they
that.
could be really fucking
Which
scary.
which Trey is that, but he can't. But that guy can't be the point guard.
But that's what makes it weird. That's
Yeah.
what makes it weird. They need that true number one, and Trey can be a number one. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's done it before, but there's something that just is not clicking in team. And what really made me notice it is a couple of days ago they played the Knicks, and the Knicks were kind of whooping their ass. But then it came down, Atlanta came back, and towards the end of the game, they tried to run a 2-man game between Jalen Johnson and Trae Young. And it was so weird. So, like, there's like a natural hierarchy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Cavs, Donovan Mitchell's probably going to take the last shot,
Mm-hmm.
Rockets, you kind of want KD or Sengun. Probably KD to take the last shot. Warriors, you want Steph to take the last shot. You're kind of assuming that with the Hawks, you want Trae. But Jalen Johnson has been on such a like his growth.
Mm-hmm.
I was a fan of him when he was like at IMG, and then he went to Duke. Even though he left Duke early because of some other shit, but I've been a fan of the kid. I thought he was a great double machine. I thought last year if he didn't get hurt that he would have been an all-star. He's going to be an all-star this year.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know he could facilitate the way he can. I didn't know he had that passing. Yeah, I didn't know he had that in him. His growth has kind of made it like kind of where Atlanta, the organization, was like, you know what? Do we really need Trae?
No.
Like, do we need Trae? No. And it's kind of a fucked up situation in a sense because they have a number 2 wing. Jalen Johnson can be your number 2 option.
Mm-hmm.
You have Trae Young's not a great defender. So you have a guy like Dyson Daniels, great defender, great size, great hands, great anticipation, great recovery.
Yep.
You have a bunch of bigs, right? You got what's his name? Okongwu, who just had a monster game the other day. Like I forget who he was playing. He had a monster game, fouled out, but he had a crazy stat line.
Mm-hmm.
You have all these pieces that just need like, okay, we need a leader. We need a guy that can be the number one. And not saying that Jalen can't be it, but right now I think Jalen would be better served being a number 2.
Yeah.
Your number 2 guy who can be like, I love Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell. 1.
I think Donovan Mitchell can play your one option, but he's better at your number 2. I think that's kind of where we are with Jalen.
Yeah.
He's not saying he can't develop into it, but right now, today, that's where he is.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God, you have Trae Young. He's a facilitator. He's a scorer. And there's just some disconnect. Like that 2-man game, they both deferred to each other. Like Jalen got the ball, but then he didn't want to take the shot because, it's not his team. So he deferred to Trae Young. Trae Young, they ran it again. Trae Young like held the ball and then it led to a turnover because he didn't take the shot. He wanted to get back to Jalen. So it's just like, it's weirdness. And I feel like it's kind of to a point where it's like Atlanta, those others low-key play better without Trae.
They do.
Like I don't think they've
for the
won
past few years.
I don't think they've won a game yet since Trae's been back. I believe. I could be wrong about that.
I just think
I don't think they have.
I think he's overstayed his welcome. It's not his fault, but
I think Atlanta did a shitty job of building a team around him for so many years to try to give him Dejounte Murray, which to this day I still don't understand. I don't know who signed off on that and thought that was going to work.
Yeah.
But anyways,
I'm glad we got. I'm glad that we got rid of him because it wasn't we didn't end up getting.
Yeah, and I think they just did a really bad job building around him for so many years, and it's just sad because like finally once he got the team, it's like now you're kind of the problem, and it's kind of fucked up because I feel like again last year I feel like I was scared to play Atlanta in the playoffs because of all the wings they had and Trae Young. When Jalen Johnson went down, I kind of felt like Atlanta was like, fuck it, we blowing this shit up. We trained DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah.
I think Trae needs to go. There's a bunch of teams that could use Trae right now, right? I think Minnesota, he'd be perfect
in Minnesota.
I think he'd be perfect in Houston because they need a point guard too.
Perfect in Houston.
I think both of those teams, if he went to either or, would be great fits for him.
And
He'd still be great.
I don't think
And he
Houston
could
would
do
have to give up a lot either. Not of their real
I
talent.
think he'd be
They
great
could
in
give
both
up
those
a Reed
situations.
Shepard. They could give up, a couple guys, but they wouldn't have to give up like
The
their
house.
best players. You
Yeah.
keeping them in, you keeping Jabari, so you keeping Sengun, so you wouldn't have to give up none of your top guys.
Eason.
Yeah,
Y'all can get the fuck.
He could go.
Sorry, but
Because
y'all can get the
he
fuck.
not gonna give me more than Trae gonna give me.
But I'm saying those are great. If can you imagine an Ant and Trae backcourt?
Yeah.
Oh my, Ant's life would be so fucking easy.
Yep. That would be.
So I think
Trae lead the league in assists almost every year. So
I think that would be if Trae could find his way to one of those two. Whether it's, I think this year he has a player option.
Mm-hmm.
If he could take one of those two and go over there, I think that would either of those teams. I would love to see him in Minnesota. So
Yeah.
I think that'd be a great duo. I think that'd be a great duo.
Yeah.
I think that would take many from dark horse to contender.
And he got the same kind of personality to fit with Ant, because Trae
he a dog.
He a dog. So Ant a dog.
He an asshole.
So
he like being the villain.
Yep.
I think it'd be perfect.
Yeah. Another name on this list. I'm gonna go with the Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis sweepstakes.
I think it's time. Like, it sucks because you still really don't know what this team could be because Kyrie's not there yet. So you really don't know what they are. So it's like, but I think AD was only brought in because he was Nico's guy, and Nico's gone, and AD keep getting hurt, and he's the guy with the most trade value on the team. So if you want to build, and he's getting the most money, you're not gonna bring him back next year. You can't pay him that money. Cooper is the guy. I think it's time you just cut your losses, build around Cooper. Period.
But let me ask you this:
you lost Luka, you didn't get shit. Oh well.
What do you do with AD? Like, do you think is there a market for AD right now?
Yeah, somebody want him. Somebody want him.
What does that package look like? Are you getting players back? Or you like if you were Dallas? Because here's the thing, and even with Trae, people talk about like, oh, you got to get players back for them or a lot of draft picks. I'm honestly now thinking about a team like OKC that has stockpiled these draft picks. I'm kind of the nature now, like the mindset, like, yo, I kind of just want draft picks back, bro. Like, especially for like a team like Atlanta and the Mavs, like, I don't really think you're not going to get a AD quality player, like, you know what I mean, talent wise.
If I can get a young guy back, like if I could, I'm trying to think of the right team. Because that's the problem with AD right now is I don't know where he would go.
Yeah. Like Trae Young, I think, could have a market. There's a lot of guys
got a market. But AD, he would have to go somewhere.
He'd have to go to a contender. Like someone that wants to win right now. That he could fit in and he wouldn't decimate them because of his health and contract.
Only one is probably Golden State.
That's what I was going to say. If you can't get Giannis, AD. But again, that's a bunch of old motherfuckers. Like you're doing the Lakers thing.
Because you can get Kuminga out of it.
Kuminga in Dallas?
Now, I don't know if Kuminga and Flagg can play together. I feel like Kuminga kind of do what Flagg want to do. So I just don't know how that fits. But I just don't know how many other teams you could send him to. Because if you are the Mavericks, you do want draft picks.
Yeah,
you want to put young guys. You got to go young. Because they also got to have to figure out what they want to do with Kyrie. But that's not.
You got to give that Kyrie one chance.
It's not a decision you make this year. You wait to see how he plays. I don't think he's gonna play this year. I think you wait to see how it looks.
He better
next
not
year,
play this year.
And you just put some young guys around Cooper Flagg, because Kyrie can be kind of the wise old owl in the room who can guide these young guys and give them the right tools to be the pros. But you got to put young guys around Cooper. I think that's the only. You got to go the Spurs route. You got to go to OKC route. You got lucky and lost Luka and got Cooper Flagg.
I agree.
A star and got another star. And you got a guy who could be just as good as fucking Luka. If we're being honest, he could be just as good as Luka. He might not score as much,
slow,
but he could be just as good as Luka. Like,
he started slow, but he's
only
picked
started,
up and
he only started slow because AD was in the way.
That's what I was just about to say. To your point, when AD went out, We saw Cooper pick up.
Yep.
And he's picked up and he hasn't put it down yet.
Yeah.
Since he picked up and
It's his
got his
team
confidence.
because he knows it's his team.
He got confidence, bro.
Yeah, he knows it's his
He
team.
kind of sat there and kind of like played off 80 and, the weird point guard experiment Jason Kidd was running with. But now he's comfortable. He's looking good. He's looking good.
Because it's like if you keep AD, what's his contract for next season? Because I just don't think you can let him eat up $55 million. He's getting 54 this year with a total remaining value of 126 over 3 years. You can't give up. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't give up 60. What is that? 50 million? No, it's not 50 million. It's like 40 something million. Let's see. His contract is notable for being one of the richest in NBA history, averaging around 62 million per season through 2028.
Jesus, that nigga AD got fucking paid, bro.
Rich Paul is
that
the GOAT.
boy
But
hey, young nigga
Rich
paid,
Paul is the GOAT. He's the greatest
Shit.
agent of all time, probably next to Drew Rosenhaus. The way he be getting these niggas paid, he got Tristan Thompson paid. So I don't know what voodoo he working, but hey, whatever. But I just think
you gotta.
But you can't be paying. You cannot possibly pay $62 million a year to Anthony Davis, who's only playing 50 games a year. It's not possible. Now I don't know who's gonna take that contract on, because that's too big a contract for a team like Golden State. They got rid of Clay because they didn't want to be in the second apron.
On his contract?
3.
How many years on AD's contract? Ooh,
3 for 126.
I think they might be stuck with him, but I mean, you should move on from, because I love AD. He's one of my favorite players. He's one of my favorite players.
I mean,
him, John Wall, DeMarcus. Well, I'm a Kentucky fan, but at this point,
what about
if he's in the way of Cooper? If he's in the way of Cooper's development, I think you say fuck off AD and keep Kyrie.
But how you get rid of him? I just don't know.
I know.
I just don't know who takes that contract on. That's a big contract to take on.
And I'm not sure. And again, I'm not sure how big the market is for AD right now.
Yeah. We didn't get to see how big the market was because they just did a trade behind everybody's back.
Yeah.
So
really and the injuries are a significant concern.
Yeah.
They're a significant concern.
Because I don't see none of those top teams really making a splash to get him. Maybe, like I said, maybe a Warriors team would make a splash, but that's a lot of money to give up. And you paying Draymond like 40 or 30 or something like that. So you paying Steph 60. You can't pay a guy 60, pay another guy 62, and then pay Draymond 30. That don't work. So it has to be a team that got money to spend, but you ain't gonna probably win.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't see a scenario where you can even move him. I think you kind of stuck with him, at least for the next year. Maybe in the summer, some guys move stuff around, and then they got the
3-team trade where we move.
Yeah,
we balance the books,
something like that. But as of now, I just don't know if I see him going anywhere. I think they're gonna kind of be stuck with it. But it's like one of them things where, hey, they playing with house money anyways, and they don't got to pay Cooper for another 7 years.
No minute.
7 years. He don't get no Supermax money for 7 years. So everything before that is manageable. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know where they going. But if you can get as many draft picks as possible, start gathering up draft picks, because you're gonna need them. You're gonna need to find guys to put around Cooper Flagg. Period. Because he's the guy. He's the guy.
Agreed.
They got lucky and got another guy.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And we got Ja and Zion on here, but I feel like we beating a dead horse with them two.
Yeah, those two, man, they need to. Ja needs to mature up. I think we all know that.
I don't think nobody gonna want him unless he is more mature.
His game needs to develop more. I think he's still the same player that we all were fucking with earlier, like the cool one dunking on Wemby and all that shit. But now it's to the point where guys know you're a slasher, you're a 6'1" slasher. How much longer can you keep doing that?
Yeah.
And then Zion just that nigga just. Yeah. Derek Queen is the same way Jalen Johnson is kind of pushing Trae out. I feel like Derek Queen has a similar feel to the game as Jokic and Sengun, right? Those bigs that they're not unicorn guards breaking you down like a KD. They're doing the traditional back you down and then some handles in there. But they brought all three guys have an amazing feel for the game. Derek Queen has an amazing feel. He's a guy you can build around.
Yeah.
And I think at this point, you're kind of like, if I'm the Pelicans, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get Zion healthy enough to play some games and build that market for him.
And then he got to go.
And then he got to get out.
Yeah.
Then he got to get out.
But I think that market is already dead.
Not if he starts balling out.
It's not dead. I won't say dead.
I think,
but it's not what it was a few years ago.
Same way I was saying with Trae, I think a change of scenery for Zion will do him wonders.
Yeah. Remember, Zion always wanted to play in New York. So maybe he can go.
If he can find his way out of New Orleans to some big market where he wants to go.
Go get you. Try to go get a young boy, Cam Thomas. Get you a scorer. Go get somebody who can get buckets. He need to take 30 shots to get 30 points, but he could get buckets. You know what I'm saying? So
you could put Zion in. You could put Zion with the Brooklyn and Brooklyn try to figure that out with Michael Porter Jr.
Yep. You could do something with that. So I think that's they another team and he another guy who need a new change of scenery.
In a perfect world, you know where Ja would go that would work out and he'd get right back on this shit. Miami.
Everybody say that, but I don't know why everybody say that.
The discipline. Granted, I don't know if Hack can team that YN. Listen, I don't know.
I don't think it's nothing that old white man can teach Ja that he would that he would be receptive to.
Yeah, that's the only. In theory, Miami
yes.
culture.
Yes, but I think he just needs.
I don't know where Ja could go to mature. I don't know where.
You mature on your own. It don't matter where you at. Maturation.
But it's not working. It's not working in Memphis.
But it's because he got the keys at 19 and he been able to do whatever he wanted. It's the same thing with Luka. Didn't they have that problem with Luka? They was like, he's not mature. He's not growing. He needs to go. Like,
I think that was just bullshit.
For sure. But I'm saying that I'm sure it was a part of it because he was drinking a beer. You know, he was drinking a beer in the hallway, and it's like little things. But those little things become big things when they want to get rid of you.
True. That's like, yeah. I think with Ja, two things that I think we didn't give enough appreciation to. Dylan Brooks gave them that edge, that culture, that successor of the grit and grind from Zach.
House.
Yep. Yeah, from the Zach and Mark days. Bang shooting spread the fuck out of the floor for Ja. He doesn't have that spacing. They don't have that same toughness because Jaren Jackson, he's not an offensive threat for real outside of shooting the three. So I don't know. I just feel like he needs a change of scenery somewhere where he can go and almost still be the guy. I don't know where that is.
I don't know where
per se, but I do think a change. Again, I think there's a market for him.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's just a lot of question marks around the maturity aspect because
the
other day they were playing the Wizards. They were down 5. There was a stupid turnover by the Wizards. This dude hit a 3. I ain't gonna lie, the celebration was pretty tough though. He did the look. He did the jump where he acted like he was shooting, but then he put his hand down.
Oh
and
yeah.
I was like, dog. I was like, motherfucker. Like,
stop.
That's like Gilbert. That's like it's the same mindset when Gilbert had the gun incident. This motherfucker came in the fucking warm ups and did the finger the finger guns.
Like, come on, bro. Take it serious, bro.
Like you just said, right? The little things.
Yep.
It's like, all right, y'all. All right, bro. Like, we trying to root for you, my nigga. You let Ant take your trap right now. You're making Ant take your trap right now.
Yep, pretty much. All right, well, we gonna stop there. We'll be back. We'll be back next week. It's so much to talk about basketball.
Too much to talk about. Man. We could keep going.
I could do this for hours and hours. You know what I'm saying? But I got the baby upstairs. I gotta go get to the baby.
Yeah, so, Papa Mom, man.
You already know.
Papa Doobie, bro.
Yep. But